It is late at night and the house has fallen completely silent. Perhaps you are lying in bed or sitting in a chair holding a cup of tea, gazing toward the window where only darkness stares back. In that stillness, a small question rises quietly inside. Did I give up things in life that I should never have given up? After crossing 70, this question settles slowly into the hearts of so many people. Time, our own happiness, the depth of our relationships, our dreams. So many moments we sacrificed for someone's approval, for someone's expectations, in the name of duty or responsibility. This video is for those who have passed 70 or are approaching that age, for those who sit alone in the quiet hours and think, if only things had been different. This is not a loud motivational speech. There are no quick fixes here. It is simply a calm, deep conversation, the soft inner voice that only becomes audible when everything else grows quiet. The regrets of life, the reality of loneliness, the ache of memories, and the lessons that arrive far too late. If these words touch something inside you, please like the video so it can reach others who may need it. Subscribe to the channel so these deeper reflections keep coming to you. And in the comments, share honestly, what is that one moment or thing you still carry in your heart, the one you let go of? Our playlist has more videos on aging, regrets, and the quiet wisdom of later life. Feel free to explore them too. Now let us begin with the first regret, the one that so often arrives earliest and stays the longest. After crossing 70, there comes a time when you look back at your life and feel how quickly the years passed. This feeling does not arrive with noise or drama. It settles slowly inside, the way evening shadows grow longer without you noticing. The very first regret that so many people feel is this: they kept putting off their own happiness, their dreams, their time, always saying later. You think about the career you chose, the safe path, the one that brought a regular salary, paid the bills, raised the children. But inside, there was always a small voice saying perhaps there was something else you were meant to do, a book you wanted to write, a skill you wanted to learn, places you wanted to see that you had only ever known from photographs. You told yourself, when the children are grown, when the house is paid off, when I have a little more time. The children grew up, the house was paid for, but that little more time never came. Now, when you wake in the morning and make tea in a quiet house, those dreams return like old letters you never opened. This is not only about work, it happens in relationships too. The person you loved deeply, but never quite found the right moment to say everything that was in your heart. You thought there would always be tomorrow, next week, next year. Tomorrow came, weeks passed, years arrived, and the words stayed inside. Friends from childhood and youth, people you once spoke with for hours, slowly drifted. Not because of fights, but because life became busy, responsibilities piled up, tiredness won. One day you realize those friends are either gone from this world or simply gone from your days. I'll call next month, you said. Next month became next year. Next year became never. Even the small joys slipped away in the same way. Morning walks in the park, reading the books that waited on the shelf, the little hobbies you promised yourself you would return to. You saved money for later. You saved energy for later. Later arrived, but the habits of waiting stayed. The brushes, the notebooks, the walking shoes all remained untouched. Deep inside, you understand now that in youth, time feels endless. It seems there will always be more years, more chances, more tomorrows. But after 70, you see that time was a river that flowed away silently. What remains is very little. There is no shouting in this realization, just a long, slow breath and the quiet parade of everything you set aside for later. Sometimes you look down at your hands, these hands that worked so much. They held children, carried burdens, wiped tears, built things. They also held back so many times, held back touches, held back words, held back the start of something new. Now those hands move more slowly, feel colder, and in the stillness you ask yourself, did I ever keep time for myself? This regret is deep because it is not about one single thing. It is about the entire way you lived. You postponed life itself, joy, peace, yourself. You believed that one day everything would fall into place on its own, but that one day never fully arrived. At night, when the only sound is the clock ticking, this understanding grows heavier. You feel not just that time passed, but that so much of it passed unused. And the greatest cost of that unused time is that people became distant. The relationships that needed time and attention did not receive it. Now the house is quieter. The phone rings less. The door opens less often. And this silence seeps inside, slowly becoming part of you. This first regret teaches, in its gentle way, that time was the most precious thing you had, and giving it away, for family, for work, for duty, was a price far heavier than you understood at the time. Now that the price is clear, another ache awakens, the loneliness that quietly moved into the empty spaces. After 70, loneliness is rarely the loud emptiness of an abandoned house. More often, it is the quiet distance that lives inside you, even when the house has voices, even when people are present. The children come, grandchildren laugh and run through the rooms, conversations happen. Yet somewhere deep in the chest, there remains a space that feels untouched, a hollow that no amount of noise can fill. You look at your grown children and see lives full of their own weight, jobs, homes, worries of their own. You listen to their stories about work pressure, school fees, small daily battles, and you nod, you smile, you offer the little advice they still accept. But the deeper things, the fears that wake you at 3 a.m, the old sorrows that still sting, the gentle pride you feel but never quite say, those stay locked away. You think, they already carry enough, why add my burdens? So you swallow the words. And in that small act of protection, a wall is built, brick by quiet brick, until one day you realize the wall is there and you no longer know how to cross it. Old friendships follow the same slow path. The people who once knew your heart without explanation grow distant, not through anger, but through time and silence. A message on Eid, a forwarded greeting once a year. You pick up the phone sometimes, scroll to their name, hover over the call button, and then put it down again. What would I even say after all these years? The question feels too large, so the call never happens, and the distance, once measured in months, becomes measured in decades. This is what psychologists call emotional isolation, not the absence of people, but the absence of meaningful connection. As years pass, social circles naturally shrink. Work friends fade after retirement. Mobility decreases. Health makes long visits harder. Grief accumulates. Spouse, siblings, contemporaries, and each loss takes away another person who truly understood the old version of you. And the deepest cut is the quiet belief that you have become a burden, That thought alone pushes you further inward, makes you smaller in your own life. In relationships, the silence grows heaviest around the things never said. The "I love you" that stayed in the throat, the apology that pride held back, the honest conversation about dreams or hurts that was always going to happen someday. You assumed they knew. They assumed you were fine. Assumptions are gentle erasers. They remove connections so softly you barely notice until the page is blank. Even in a full house, the signs appear. Meals eaten alone at one end of the table, evenings spent with the television speaking to an empty room, nights when the only breathing you hear is your own. The other side of the bed stays cool. The chair across from yours stays empty. And in those small absences, the heart registers loss after loss. This is not about blame. No one is at fault. Life simply moves this way. People change. Needs change, energy changes. But the heart remembers how things felt when closeness was easier, when words flowed without effort, when presence was assumed rather than arranged. Now presence must be scheduled, words must be chosen carefully, and effort costs more than it once did. At night, when sleep stays away, the memories speak louder than the living ever do. They fill the silence with voices long gone, a mother's call from the kitchen, a friend's sudden burst of laughter, a partner's soft breathing beside you. Those echoes become companions. They hurt, yes, but they also stay. They do not leave when visiting hours end. They do not grow tired of you. And in their persistence, there is both pain and a strange comfort. This silent loss teaches its own lesson without raising its voice. Relationships need time the way plants need water. Small, regular moments of attention keep them alive. When those moments are postponed again and again, they wither quietly, not with a dramatic break, but with a slow fading that you only notice when almost nothing green remains. Yet even in this fading, there is a kind of acceptance that arrives, soft as breath. You come to see that loneliness is not a punishment. It is simply one of the rooms life eventually asks you to sit in. And when you stop fighting the room, when you sit quietly and let it be, something shifts. The memories grow a little kinder. The silence feels a little less heavy. And slowly, almost without noticing, you begin to listen more closely to the past, because the past is now speaking more clearly than the present ever will. After 70, memories rise without asking permission. They come in the quiet hours, late at night, or in the soft light of afternoon, when the house is still and the world outside has faded. The scent of rain on childhood streets after a summer storm. The sound of laughter in rooms that no longer exist. These are not distant photographs. They're alive inside you, felt in the chest, warm one moment, aching the next. You think back to childhood, those days that seemed to stretch forever. The feel of grass under bare feet as you ran through fields. The taste of simple meals made by hands now gone. The voices of parents calling you home at dusk. Psychology describes nostalgia as a gentle filter. The mind keeps the bright moments and softens the shadows. But in later years, even the brightness can hurt. It reminds you that nothing stays the same. Time has taken the people, the places, the feeling of endless possibility. Old friends return in your thoughts, their faces clear and young. You hear their voices again, replay conversations from decades ago. The way they laughed at your jokes, the secrets you shared under streetlights. And a quiet question forms. What if I had not let the distance grow? The regret is not about a single fight or betrayal. It is about the slow, unnoticed drifting, life pulling you apart with work, moves, new responsibilities, until one day the connection is simply gone. Missed moments cut the deepest. The trip you always meant to take with someone you loved, the hug you held back because the moment felt awkward, the words of love or apology you planned to say someday. Sensory details make them sharper. The creak of an old porch swing on a warm evening, the aroma of coffee brewing in a kitchen long since remodeled, the hush of snow falling outside the window on a winter night. These sensations pull you back so strongly that the longing feels physical, deeper than any regret over things you actually did. Why do memories hurt more than failures? Failures were choices you made. You could have learned from them, changed course. But memories are fixed. They are the paths you never walked, the joys you never tasted. In the silence of your evenings, they flood in without warning, louder than any voice in the present. They fill the empty spaces with what might have been, and the heart feels the weight of unlived possibilities. Places from the past hold a quiet power over you. The house where you grew up, now someone else's home, you can still walk through its rooms in your mind, see the sunlight falling across the floor, hear the footsteps on the stairs, the street you walked every day to school, the park bench where you sat with friends. Your sense of who you are is woven into these places. As the physical world becomes smaller, fewer visits, fewer outings, the inner world grows larger, rich with memories that are both comforting and bittersweet. Regret threads through all of it, the conversations that never happened, the chances not taken. Childhood innocence stands in sharp contrast to the complexities of later life. Nostalgia becomes a mirror, reflecting not just what was beautiful, but what was lost along the way. Yet there is warmth in these memories too. The small triumphs you relive, the day you helped a friend, the quiet moments of kindness given or received, the rustle of leaves in autumn wind, the warmth of sun on your skin during youthful adventures. The silence that now surrounds you makes these memories louder. There are no distractions to pull you away, just the pure reflection of what once was. As you sit with these memories, something slowly shifts. You stop fighting them. You let them come and go like waves on a shore. The pain softens, not because the past changes, but because you accept it as it is. Tears may come, but they come with gratitude. The memories become companions rather than burdens. You understand that these moments, imperfect, fleeting, are the true wealth you carry. In this gentle acceptance, a space opens inside you. The weight of regret begins to lighten. The past no longer drags you down. Instead, it quietly guides you towards something calmer, something wiser. After 70, wisdom arrives without fanfare. It does not announce itself with trumpets or bright revelations. It simply settles, the way dust settles on a windowsill after the room has been quiet for many hours. This is not knowledge you hurry to teach others or write down in neat lists. It is mostly spoken in silence, to yourself, in the small hours when the rest of the house is asleep and the only sound is your own breathing. One of the first things that becomes clear is how truly simple the things of real value always were. For decades, you pursued larger homes, higher positions, greater certainty, more recognition from others. Now, those pursuits appear far away and strangely insignificant. What still holds weight is ordinary and quiet. The warmth of early sunlight touching your skin, the slow turning of pages in a book you have wanted to read for years, the rare minutes when no one asks anything of you and you're allowed to simply be. You see now that these small, unclaimed moments were the genuine substance of a life, and how often they were traded for things that promised permanence but offered only temporary relief. people remain the deepest part of what matters, yet not in the expansive way youth imagines. Not large gatherings, not wide circles, not constant contact. Only a very few individuals who truly looked at you and saw who you were, who remained present even when it was difficult, who understood your silences without needing them explained. In the end, it is depth that endures, not breadth. You wish, quietly, that you had guarded those rare, real bonds with more care, given them more of your attention, more of your unguarded presence, more gentleness when misunderstandings arose, instead of allowing the rush of ordinary days to carry you elsewhere. Time reveals itself as the one thing you never truly possessed. You once lived as though it were boundless. Now you know it was always measured, always passing through your fingers while you planned for a tomorrow that stayed just out of reach. The understanding that comes is soft yet certain. Whatever portion of time is still granted, protect it. Do not surrender it carelessly, not to obligations that can wait, not to guilt that serves no purpose, not to the unspoken demands of others. Spend it on whatever quietly nourishes you, even if that is nothing more than sitting in a chair, feeling your breath move in and out, letting memories pass without grasping at them. You learn also to forgive yourself without ceremony or grand declarations. The delays, the unspoken words, the decisions made under strain or fatigue, none of them can be rewritten. Yet holding on to self-reproach only spends the remaining days in shadows. So you allow the past to lie down. You recognize that you were human then, moving forward with the understanding and strength you had at the time. This small, private mercy toward the person you used to be brings an unexpected ease to the heart. Staying in the present becomes a practice you must gently relearn. For so long, the mind dwelt mostly ahead or behind, worrying about what might come, revisiting what had already gone. Now you turn toward the actual moment, the faint warmth of the cup against your palm, the almost inaudible rhythm of air moving through your chest, the gradual shift of light across the wall as the day slowly changes shape. These are not exercises in enlightenment. They are simply the refusal to flee from the one place life is actually happening. Perhaps the most lasting insight is this: your own peace should never again be offered up for anyone, not from a sense of obligation, not from a love that requires you to vanish, not from long-established patterns. You come to see that you cannot pour from an empty place. If your own heart is starved, no amount of giving will truly reach another. So, late but with quiet sincerity, you begin to place your well-being first without the need to explain or apologize. When these realizations have had time to sink deep, a calm settles over everything. Not the dramatic calm of final answers, but the ordinary calm of no longer struggling against what is. Life was never flawless. It was uneven, unfinished, marked by many postponements and many small human errors. Yet it was yours. It held love that was given and received, moments of genuine closeness, kindnesses whose importance only became clear much later. In the evenings now, when you lie down and the darkness fills the room, there is no frantic reaching back for what slipped away. There is only a gentle thankfulness for what was given, and a soft willingness to let whatever days remain arrive in their own way. More time or less time, either will be sufficient, because you have finally learned to hold what little is left with the same tenderness you once wished you had given it sooner. And in that holding, there is something very close to rest.